All right, we're looking at the 2.6 guided notes. A what compares two numbers by what? Yeah, this is really vague. A ratio compares two numbers by division. Now, there's three ways in math. In math, we have three ways of comparing two numbers. And here we're just going to use these a and b, where b doesn't equal 0. So we're going to compare a and b. One way we do that as a ratio is we say a, and then we have these colon, and b, a to b. Another way to do this is to say a divided by b. And this is the most common way, and that's the way I prefer it. Yeah. And the third way, we actually just say a to b. This is uncommon. Probably won't be tested over this idea, but if I say compare a to b, then essentially I'm saying a divided by b, or a compared to b, right? Where we have that colon, just a dot dot, right? Now, a ratio that compares quantities measured in different units is called a rate. So different units, so like miles per hour, right? Where we would have, so like a road sign. And it'll say speed limit. And then I'll have a big like 55. And then MPH. That MPH means 55 miles per hour. This is a rate at which your car can travel. And what we would say that as a fraction, we would say 55 miles per 1 hour. Now, notice here how my denominator is a 1, right? So a rate with a denominator of 1 unit, and here the unit's hours, so it doesn't matter what the unit is, but this is a 1, is called a unit rate. Not too bad. Let's try an example. At the store, you see a 6-pack of Coke for $2.99, a 12-pack for $4.29, and a 20-pack for $5.99. What is the best deal per can? Notice how there's only one can here, so let's put a number of cans in the denominator. So let's try that. Let's say we have it's $2.99. So this is what, money? $2.99, and we have 6 cans. Now, $2.99 per 6 cans. So if I want this to just be 1 can, I could get my trusty handy dandy Mr. Calculator. All right, I can get my calculator out, and I could say 2.99 divided by 6, and that gives me 0.4983 repeating. Well, since they're talking about $0 and 0.498 cents, this is really, really close to it's close to 0.50, and here we would say dollars for 1 can. Notice all I did was 2.99 divided by 6, and I rounded. Now remember your rounding rules. If it's between 5 and 9, we round up, and if it's between 1 and 4, we round down. So let's try 429, and this is dollars over 12 cans. Now let's grab that calculator back, and we could do $4.29 and divide that by 12. Ooh, 0.357. Now that 7, I'm not going to say it's 35.7 cents. Nobody uses 0.7 cents. Fractions of a penny aren't very common, so I'm going to round this to 0.36. So I can close that out, and now I can say that This is equal to 0.36 per 1 can. All right, well, here I have 50 cents a can, and here I'm at 36 cents a can. Well, yeah, that's the much better deal so far. Now let's try the 12 pack for $5.99. So we have $5.99. That's money. Being divided by 24 cans. And when I do, whoa. So when I do that in my calculator, $5.99, and I'm going to divide that by 24 cans. I end up with, well, here I have 0.249. So again, I'm going to round this to 0.25. So I have, this is going to be equal to 0.25, which is again just a quarter per 1 can. Well, that's a great deal. So yes, the best deal per can would be the $5.99 for 24 cans. Hey, not bad. To convert from one unit to another, such as feet to inches, you multiply the original unit by a conversion factor. Conversion factor. That produces the desired unit. A conversion factor is a ratio of two equivalent measurements in different units. That's a typo there. There should not be an E right there. A conversion factor is always equal to 1, such as 1 feet to 12 inches. Right, so 1 foot is really the same thing as 12 inches. Okay. Using a process called unit analysis, we can cancel units from the denominator with the numerator. This process includes the unit in the calculation. Now that's key. That's absolutely key. So let's try doing these here. So I want to convert 9 yards into meters. So I'm going to say 9 yards. And we're going to put this over 1. Now when we convert, we're always multiplying fractions here. So 9 yards divided by 1 times, now this is where it gets tricky. I want to cancel yards, so I need to have yards down here and meters on top. Ooh, let's get a good M. Again, here M stands for meters. Well, how many meters in a yard? That is a great question. I know that there are 1.09 yards for every 1 meter. So now I can cancel my yards, and when we multiply fractions, we multiply across the top and across the bottom. So I'm left with 9 over 1.09. And my units, well, the only one that's not canceled out is meters. Now we should simplify that, so let's get our calculator out. And we could say 9 divided by 1.09 is 8.26. So here, now I know that this is 8.26 meters. That'd be my answer. Well, that ain't bad. All right, so now let's do kilograms to pounds. So we have 5 kilograms over 1. And I want to multiply that by something where I have pounds to kilograms. Now we need to know how many pounds are in every kilogram or how many kilograms are in every pound. So let's go look that up. Okay. I found that there are 2.2 pounds in every 1 kilogram. So I can now cancel my kilograms because I have a kilogram in the numerator, a kilogram in the denominator. They are gone. And now I want to multiply 5 by 2.2. and I end up with 11 over, and 1 times 1 is 1, which gives me 11 pounds. And that's my answer. Alright, so I'm going to start something new where I'm putting the homework set at the end of the videos so that you, if you want to, can start working ahead. Now the homework set for 2.6 is going to be 2.6, we're going to make it simple here. We're going to do 9 through 31 odd. And those problems can be found starting on page 119. So we're going to look in page 119. And if you have trouble with any of the conversions, like pounds to ounces or dollars to pennies, or like I had trouble with kilograms to pounds, make sure you go and look it up. Look up what those conversions are, and don't worry. We're not going to give you. We're not going to expect you to know what the rate for kilograms to pounds are. So don't worry about that. So again, if you want to get started, here's the homework set, and go ahead and have a great weekend.